money we've saved from having the top of
I was about to say, is that coming out about $50 or what?
One team already came out a bit early.
No worries.
Yeah.
What's going to happen at Windsor Park, Billy? What's going to be the margin?
11 goals.
I reckon more.
Yeah, possibly. Quite possibly.
Could be worse than the regular season.
Oh,
Probably be able to prove a point, I think. After falling at the first hurdle last year.
yeah, you're probably right. I can't see it being close anyway.
Spoke to your sister today? Yesterday? Tonight? Last night?
I
She
haven't.
having a bet?
I think she'd probably be part happy, part pissed off because she was with the women this weekend, didn't get to go.
Oh, right.
She wasn't very happy about it, I don't think.
She's a finals operator, yeah. She's
like, hang on, this is this back MCG game up there with them all year, hang on.
Where are they? In Sydney?
Yeah, somewhere far less glamorous, I think. But home freedom, so I'm sure she'll be up and about for that.
Grady's the one she needs to get to.
Yeah, that could be an interesting one. It ends up being cat swarms.
Yeah. She can't still go. She's still going for the Cats, I think.
I think she'd be going for Sydney in that instance.
You have to.
I think when they've been paying you check for that many years, you'd probably.
Yeah.
You're going to be in the camp whether they're devastated or celebrating.
Yeah.
And she's seen Geelong win flags, so yeah, I suspect she would be a traitor.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough, but I'd still go, what are you doing, Shell?
Yeah. What do you do when Tassie comes in then?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'll buy a Tassie membership, but Geelong still there'll be Geelong 1A, Tassie 1B. Now, Geelong are always going to be the priority, and if Tassie need to lose a game for the good of Geelong, unlucky boys.
Yeah, right.
But I'll buy a season ticket and support the concept, but
I think a lot of people are the same boat.
Did you cop a bit after that the other day?
Not at all. I think a lot of people were with me.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was waiting for it.
So I've actually maybe stopped and think if Richmond were playing Tassie.
Yeah.
I couldn't go.
I just think, and I reckon, Drew, I
too emotionally attached.
I just think if you get too wrapped up in it, you'll be going to watch them. I don't know if you watch them every week, but I just think you won't be able to help getting invested in it. I don't know.
See, the thing is, Bruno, that Geelong have got a 31-year head start on them.
They do. They do.
And I generally try and take emotion out of sports and just betting. I just got to go that. But Geelong is my one.
Yeah, fair.
I'm all in on this team.
Yeah. Sorry, Bruno. Oh, jeez, sorry, mate.
So yeah, look, I'd support it. Yeah, I'd support a Tassie team like a second team. I'd like to see them do well, but not at the expense of the Cats.
Fair enough.
I think it's the one chance people have got to get a new team to jump off. It's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, that's right. There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah,
Is there?
absolutely. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't be critical of anyone who does. Just go to full switch. But no, I'm too emotionally attached to this one.
How you going?
Got TSL here. Darwin Footy Association out there, and the competition you know so much about.
Got a Penny Hardaway jersey. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I still like Penny.
Something a bit different.
Yeah, I like it.
Everyone goes Shaq or...
He was my favourite back in the day.
Yeah, too many injuries though.
Yeah.
We're doing in that?
Yep. Juggling.
Should be good fun.
You a Queenstown man or a Yola man?
What game are you doing?
Darwin Footy Association.
Is it Crom?
Yeah, they all wear those chrome beanies.
Right. Love it.
Have we got the unit on it, Ben? So she's coming out of the loop.
I assume we haven't got any late changes.
I haven't asked actually. I missed just matches drawn. So we've been a break, 2 additional 5-minute periods. No break in between.
Better not be bloody extra time. Cats start at 4:35. I'm already missing. Gonna be missing the first minute of it.
Call that on mate.
Extra time. See you, right? I think it
I'm
just.
surprised you're not over there actually, mate.
Oh, look.
Wait for the prelim.
About pretty arrogant. But, I might have booked prelim flights about a month ago.
Right.
So I watched it all laugh in my face now.
Is that maybe the Friday or the Saturday? Probably the Saturday. They're playing Saturday.
No, it's usually, well, I think Geelong will probably prefer Saturday, but normally the higher ranked team gets Friday because they get the extra day off. So I'd imagine we get Friday, although I think the club would prefer Saturday because Friday night games generally means all our fans get back home at like 1 a.m. on the trains out to the regions.
Yep.
So they hate night games.
Yeah, fair.
That's why we got the twilight one this week, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think normally the higher rank gets Friday night just for that extra recovery. Not that makes a heap of difference.
What do you reckon? Should we do a little preview then?
Yeah, might as well. Get going on with it. Being a final and all.
Righto. Should we be hearing any nut sound yet, Ash? Or? Yeah.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to finals football in the Tasmanian State League. A juicy clash in store here this afternoon at the Twin Ovals between Clarence and the Lauderdale Bombers. It's do or die time here. The loser leaves town. The winner going on to face the loser of the Tigers-Launceston clash. No second chance for the losers here though. A massive day in store. I'm Andrew calling the action here today with Brent Costello and Brent. On occasions like this, and a pretty good day for football too.
Magnificent, Drew. Could not be set up any better, could it? Perfect conditions. I just saw the yachts out in the water behind us. It's a beautiful day in Hobart. These two fierce rivals going head to head. The Stings probably come out of the rivalry in more recent years, but everything on the line today, as you say, no tomorrow for the loser. and they've had some really good battles this year, haven't they? Interestingly, it's been Clarence beating Lauderdale at home 2 times, and then we've seen Lauderdale beat Clarence at Blunston Arena. So neutral venue this afternoon as well at the Twin Ovals. Of course, they can't play this game, even though they deserve the right to host it at Blunston Arena due to the upcoming Cricket World Cup. So Clarence will have to host it down here, and Lauderdale, of course, played here last round against the Tigers in the final round of the home and away season. So it's all set up for a cracking afternoon.
Yeah, it certainly is. The last meeting between the two, very different conditions to what we've got today. It was a bit of a bog down at the tip on that occasion. Clarence got on top. It was a very congested game, very tough around the trenches all afternoon. Clarence just managed to hold off a late fight back from the Bombers, but it was a really closely fought game for much of the afternoon, and expecting pretty similar here this afternoon. Finals type game. Clarence, you'd imagine that they'd like to get the ball on the outside a little bit, move the ball with a bit more speed and purpose. That's where they did the damage, really slingshotting. When the game broke open, that's where they really hurt the Bombers last time. Be interesting to see if they can kind of put the screws on that one a little bit.
Absolutely, absolutely. Plenty of subplots in this game as well. We've got Colin Garland, who's been in magnificent form up front for the Roos. Obviously claimed the Peter Hudson medal as a leading goal kicker in the competition this year. Can't wait to see how he goes in this big finals clash, but yeah, absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, 13 goals, of course, in that dramatic final game he played to help secure the Hudson medal. What a season he's had. Sam Siggins out there for the Bombers, of course, the Lynch medalist this year. What a season he's had. Stars for both sides across every line, and really looking forward to the ruck duel today as well between Big Smith and Sam Green, who's a young player I've just been super impressed with for Clarence every time I've seen him this year. Really athletic ruckman. Not perhaps your traditional tap ruck, but someone who really can get at his opponent around the ground and kind of blow them up athletically. Absolutely,
absolutely. He's a fine young man, Sam Green, and had a really good season, as you say. And Sam Siggins as well, the Lynch medalist, of course, last weekend. He can play anywhere on the ground. It's going to be absolutely magnificent to see him in full flight. Cannot wait for it.
So we're just about to get underway, all in readiness here at the Twins. Finals football for you this afternoon. The elimination final, it's Clarence and Lauderdale. One team is going home, one team will advance to the second week. Always interesting to see the wind, how that plays out here. Usually a factor. Readiness, and we are underway in the elimination final. Siggins, the Lynch medalist, wins it, and the first clearance will go to Lennon Marlin. Wraps his boot around it, juggling the mark with Paprotny, and halfback for the Roos. Oscar Paprotny looks up, wheels off, and will just punch one down the line. A searching kick off the chest of Ollie Preshaw. Kick now smothered. Wobbled backwards from Shaw. Looks to follow up, crashing in with Siggins. Now by hands, Borsburn will send the Roos forward for the first time. Ryan the target, and a free kick is paid. It's a hold against McGuinness. So it's going the way of Keegan Ryan, and a first chance of the afternoon will go to Clarence.
Yeah, big, nice start here for the Roos if Ryan can go back and slot this. And been a really good week for the club too, with his dad Peter signing on for the next 2 seasons or extending his contract. So if they can get this off, they're off to a perfect start. The wind coming through the microphone here, so a little bit to deal with. So he goes in to kick it.
Yeah, tough afternoon for goal kicking. I think maybe a tough game to assess till both teams got a go at each end. Ryan goes back for the opening goal of the afternoon. It's just offline. So a missed opportunity there for the Roos.
Nice crowd in here as well at the Twin Ovals, the neutral venue of the Twin Ovals, as we said off the top this afternoon, as the Bombers bring it back in. Big fly, mark not taken there in the end by Green. Spills out the back. And players jump onto the footy, we'll have a ball up. Perfect conditions as far as sunshine goes here. Green got first use on that occasion. Ball spills out to Rainbird, kicks away there by Norton. And that one's going to juggle out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Wind howling early on here at the Twins. Clarence doing the early attacking. The better of the early exchanges last time they met, but Mark Blackburn was spectacular for the Bombers and kept them in it in that first half. Norton screws a kick to Rainbird. Shipped forward, and again it's Ryan heading up, not 15, has to play on. Shifted the handball across from the angle now. Kieran Howlett trying to steer it through. He too is offline, just behind. So 2-0 in favour of the Roos.
Lively start here from Clarence. Taken by Poland back in the team this afternoon. Missed last start due to some general soreness, according to the coach Daniel Willing during the week. Tilly goes with the handball, and they're away now for a first look at an inside 50 here, the Bombers. Bouncing ball, held up there was Blackburn. No idea what's happening now, Andrew.
It's just sitting behind the shed there.
Obstructed view.
That's the one downfall to the side on view, but I think generally a better camera position for you today than we normally get here. It's a little tough.
So our cameraman down there this afternoon, Simon, doing a wonderful job. As the ball comes back in. He's got first use of it. Crashing through the pack. Allen racked up. The ball up.
Siggins slung to the ground by Green. Norton gets a hand in, flicked over the top by Harper. Now the Roos will look to charge off half-back. Searching kick as McGuinness' name all over it. Threw his hands out the back to Garland. He slaps it on the boot. Ollie Preshaw tracking this one. The timely spoil came from Ned Shaw. McGuinness across in support. Shaw with the handball just through the hands there of Walsh. He's able to go back and gather. Found Suki now. He drives the Bombers towards Alan Christensen. The spoil from Beerley, and then just able to hold up Christensen there. It's a good effort from James Beerley. Big job for him this afternoon. And the classy Alan Christensen. Got so much AFL experience. Big finals games like this. He'll be up for the occasion. Siggins palms it down looking for Marlon. Norton came through for the Roos. Luke Swinton now flicks a handball out in the space. Marlon turning. Buffered off it. Now turning away with it was Howlett back into dispute. Tilly bringing the pressure. Extracting it somehow, Howlett. Now out the side for Plotney. Just props, and then a low worm burner of a kick makes its way to Hanslow. He cracks him with a tackle. Have a ball up and half forward for the Roos. A good intensity about the tackling efforts of both teams early on here, Brad.
Absolutely, Drewy. No doubt about it. Finals footy. Siggins now kicks it out of the pack, hugging the boundary. Working hard, it's the Roos to try and work it out. And Walsh is in there. Is he taken high? Umpire said no. The ball up. And Clarence, of course, finishing in third on the ladder. And Lauderdale fourth. And Green go at it again. That one was kicked out of the air. Now Sutton handballs out. Trying to find Franklin. Now coming through Christensen. Was he taken high? No. Another ball up. We'll still yet to see an inside 50 for the Bombers. 5 minutes, 6 minutes into this opening term.
Pretty good job controlling things at the moment, the Roos. This might be tough to judge this one until both teams have to each end with the wind swirling around here as Siggins trying to extract that one. Immediately wrapped up by two. Seeing the pressure of the Roos early on. Siggins, Christensen there both. In a double team. Bringing the heat early on. Nothing to show for on the scoreboard, just a pair of behinds. Green leapt early. Battling at ground level. Marlon on top of it. By hovering, he might say he's dived on it. He's in trouble here, I reckon, Leonard Marlon. And the free kick going the way of Jared Harper. So the umpire just circling there. So Harper has a look up, sends it wide. Spied a little bit of space in green, that's where he headed. Was doing well, structuring up behind the ball, just forcing the movement for the time being. He'll be forced to kick to a contest down the line. Ryan almost for a third mark already. Tackle laid by Howlett. The umpire says, I'll have it.
Mentioned Jared Harper there. Obviously the captain of Clarence, and the whole leadership group re-signed during the week, as well as the coach Peter Ryan. So they're building nicely over there at Blunston Arena. No doubt about it. The teams underneath the senior side too are going really, really well in season 2022. So the future looks really bright on the Eastern Shore. So Baker Smith now with the footy. What a welcome addition he's been since returning from Victoria halfway through the season. Marlin does well, takes the grab. Wants to play on quickly and does. Once he got an offer up the line, big fly, mark not taken. Richmond now, got the quick hands away. Working it forward was Martin. First inside 50 of the afternoon for the Bombers. Going to head boundary side though. Kept in? No. All up, all in I should say.
Stixie Blackburn, the target there, really caused big problems for him last time they met. 3 goals in the first quarter. Egan Wiley got the job on him today, but there's just been no service for Blackburn in the opening 10 minutes. Their first real 4-0-4. Can they make it count? Just in front of Siggins. This one squirms out the back, is scored by Loans. Almost managing to keep it in, not quite. Another ball in at half forward here for the Bombers. Looking for the opening goal here this afternoon. Scoring chances tough to come by early on here. Green out of the ruck, or Martin with strength just stopped him from taking it away and then wraps him up. And lets him know about it. Play there from Tyler Martin, showing some good strength just when it seemed Green was set to burst clear. Siggins and Green renew the battle. Siggins wins it down. Kick high, might not be 15. Spoil came, flicked out the side. Marlin turning onto the left, squaring ball. An awkward bounce there. Somehow getting it was Tilly. His kick smothered. Wiley back the other way, just blasts it clear. Some pretty good meterage. Didn't go out of play though, just pitched. And he sent back inside for Bryce Walsh, usually a good user. Walsh from the boundary, sets sail, it's drifting towards the goal line, just prevented by Baker Smith. So the first score of the day, close to a spectacular goal for Bryce Walsh.
Absolutely. So he's starting to get into attack now. Lauderdale, some news filtering through from Victoria too. Big win for the Tasmania Devils in the NAB League, 13-16-94, defeating Bendigo 9-15-69. So into the prelim, the Devils go, which is magnificent news. McGuinness now. And they go again here, Lauderdale through Patton. Inside 50 now. Mark not taken, but the free kick will be paid.
Blackburn just with a little ear massage on Swinton there.
Yeah, exactly right. Swinton now goes short. Finds a target. Jack Pre-Short. Pre-Short decides to handball. And head boundary side down the Roos. Get the kick up the line. Mark take it. So Harry Burgess with the football. 2 behinds, plays 1 behind to start this game in favour of the Roos. Ruben Tompkins now. Heaps on offer for him. Pops it up though, looking for Garland. Takes the grab.
Ed Stanley parked back in the hole, and Garland just said, I'm going straight past you, taking it anyway. And 2 back there, still couldn't contain him.
Absolutely. The star he is, Colin Garland. Peter Hudson medalist for season 2022. Going to get the first of the afternoon, get his team off to a flying start. Here he comes. Kick's on its way. Kick looks really nice off the boot. And the Roos have the dream start here at the Twin Ovals in the elimination final.
Yeah, beautiful kick off the boot. Never looked like missing. Certainly got the birds excited down here, that's for sure. They are absolutely loving Cole Garland's work here. That is shrill. Very shrill. But making plenty of noise, and Garland gets the first of the afternoon. So strong there, and just patiently worked the ball down the line there, the Roos, and just popped it up high into space for Garland to run and jump at. And there's no stopping him.
No. Beautiful mark of the football, isn't he? He's played most of his career at defence at Melbourne. Finds himself up forward for the Roos back here in his home state of Tasmania.
Back to the middle we go. Tilly trying to get hands on it, eventually does, flicks it across to Marlon. He shrugs the tackle with strength, and he'll just launch the Bombers forward. Blackburn the target here. Now Broomhall gathers, got it to Blackburn. Blackburn through traffic, back to Bryce Walsh. She's a low mongrel kick, spills in the hands of Tompkins, who's in trouble here. Umpire lets him get away with it. Tackle then laid by Howard, and there'll be a ball up. Inside 50, the Bombers looking for an immediate response. The first goal of the afternoon, Green and Siggins. Siggins takes it out of the ruck, but he's going absolutely nowhere. Tackle laid. Kicking it Wiley. Siggins, umpire spots the shirt grab, and it's going the way of Big Siggins, I think. So a chance for the Lynch medalist to make his mark on this contest.
And what a star he is. We mentioned it off the top, but can play anywhere, can't he? Spent a lot of time up forward this year after a chat with Dan Willing over the pre-season, saying he wanted to get on the scoreboard a bit more. Started in the ruck today and finds himself having a shot on goal to get his team's first of the afternoon.
So Sam Siggins to cut the margin back to a solitary point. The Lynch medalist, his side's real superstar. He goes back to that big pump up and just hangs it out to the right.
So a little let off there for Clarence. 2-8, they lead it to 2 behinds. Almost 14 minutes gone opening term from the Twin Ovals. The Daily Potato Co. live stream TSL Elimination Final 2022. A beauty on our hands. Colin Garland takes another nice mark. He goes short. That's his teammate, Jarks Bowen. He plays on. Big pack forms. Up from behind. It's going to go to the boundary. Can it remain in? They do well, the Bombers. Only for the moment, though. Turned over quickly by Clarence. Breakthrough cleanly in the end, but only as far as Ed Stanley. Goes on quickly. Williams now goes further afield and finds Christensen. The long premiership player finds a target. Poland knows this ground well. Played the Tigers before switching to Lauderdale, of course. Inside 50 again for the Bombers, but that's a great mark from Sam Green.
Great work from the young ruckman, just parking himself behind the ball. Playing that loose man, affecting the contest. Where he really looks to do the damage. Aerobic capacity, getting to contest around the ground. A modern ruckman is Baker Smith. Receives it at half back, punches one down the line. Poor kick though. Late spoil. A free kick given. If Torquay as Patton opts just to retreat, finds Poland in some space. He'll orchestrate the switch now as McGuinness was on. He further shifts it sideways. Boreas, but they keep a hold of the football. Punch low from Shaw. Just pitching there for Broomhall. Managed to keep it up, and he sends it down the line for Christensen. And a half forward they've worked it. Christensen chips it back inside to McGuinness. McGuinness. Again keen just to chip it short, and Broomhall receives once more. Patience being shown from the Bombers here. Not wanting to kick to a contest. Patton sneaking forwards as this one's now driven in deep. The spoils came. Blackburn gets his hands to it, couldn't gather it. And the tackle's laid by James Holmes. And the ball up inside 50.
I mentioned Josh McGuinness a minute ago, Drew. Team of the year, got 1 vote in the Lynch medal. Quite extraordinary for such a good player.
Get stiff, those key position players, can't they?
Absolutely. And Christensen's there. Try and get it out. Rainbird in the back from Walsh. And we got away with it.
Unfortunate there, I think, Bryce Walsh.
Great to see him back in full flight, Bryce Walsh. Obviously had the torn Achilles last year. Back playing some really good footy as Siggins palmed it down. Could be in trouble there, the Roos. Let it go. Another ball up now. almost hitting time on here. It's a 6-point advantage to the home team, I can say that. They're hosting the game here this afternoon in the Clarence Footy Club, unable to use Blunston Arena due to the upcoming Cricket World Cup. They get stiffed a bit, the Roos, with their home ground. They can't get on it till quite late into the season, and then they can't get on at the end either. Guys for holding the footy there. All spills to the ground and players dive all over it, trapped up in the end. Shake of the head from Alan Christensen.
Just some repeat stoppages here at the moment. Locked inside their forward 50, the Bombers, as they search for their first of the afternoon. Can Walsh provide it? Snaps it around the corner. Baker Smith back with the fly. Showed great courage and takes the mark. Take it out, Baker Smith. He is as tough as they come, this young man. Hard-nosed defender. Eyes only for the football there. He'll exit defensive 50. Kicks along to a contest. Off hands. Now for a throw in. So a real arm wrestle this one as we tick towards red time, Brent.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Probably what we expected, I reckon, too. It was a really hard one to pick coming into it. Obviously, Clarence haven't really put a foot wrong, have they? A lot of people would have written them off at the start of the season with the amount of players they lost over the off-season, but they've proven everyone wrong. And Lauderdale, you know, as Dan Willing said the other day, they've got the experienced players at the top end of their list, but they do drop away pretty quick and become quite young as Clarence work at 14. Going to spill out the back here. Garland's there lurking. Can he juggle it to his advantage? He does in the end. Does well. Harry Burgess now tumbles inside 50. Walsh goes backwards. Poland couldn't quite control it, and it goes out of bounds.
Little passage of play this for the Bombers' defence. They've just had probably 3 or 4 minutes up there into the ground, unable to do anything. It would be a real backbreaker to concede one here.
100%. Great crowd in, beautiful day at the Twin Ovals for finals footy in the TSL. Week 1, of course, 3-week finals series. Here's Clarence, kick over the head there from Baxter Norton. Going back with the flight. Mark not taken in the end by Burgess. What can they do here, the Roos? Have a look at goal. It might have been out of bounds. It was. So it's coming back for a throw-in.
Well, lucky there, I reckon, Harry Burgess.
Yeah.
Got a large piece of that one. I'm not convinced he had control. 8-2, the lead for the Roos, looking to extend here. Garland, as he so often does, taking the forward half ruck stoppages. Neither ruckman getting to that. That's surely high on Norton. There's that one slipping up. Franklin, Baxter Norton will go back and kick for around about 40. 45. Another made the team of the season. Baxter Norton, what a fantastic season he's had for the Roos. Can he kick a goal-free side here? Extend the lead to 12 points. Crowd trying their utmost to put him off as he kicks from 45. Baxter Norton straight through the middle. A beautiful hit back from Baxter Norton. And the Roos get their second of the game, 2-2-14, leading the Bombers 2 behind.
Yeah, nice start, 2-goal advantage. So that's exactly how they wanted it to go. The Roos get on top early. Do or die contest, of course, so big end of the quarter coming up here for Lauderdale. I wouldn't want the Roos to get another one here before quarter time. Might be a long quarter, only the 2 goals kicked so far. It's the other game today up at Windsor Park, Launceston and Kingborough for a direct ticket into the grand final. Green had that all to himself in the end. Going through and bursting through there. Umpires blowing a whistle. Free kick going to the Bombers. Advantage not paid. Will come back. All the way back now. You can see decent crowd in here this afternoon. Leonard Marlin now with the footy. Has to go along in the end and does. inside 50, right on the paint of Spiels, Christensen, get it out, tucked in the end, and being paid holding the footy, so Clarence will get the ball again.
By suggesting just dragging that one in there was Christensen. So the Clarence defence holding firm so far. But Protney drive them towards the wing off Freeshaw's hands. Ed Shaw watching him closely, sees it out of play. Two-goal lead here for the Roos. Elimination final. TSL. Sam Green flies over the top, but whacked it straight towards the line. It pitches in. Eventually will be escorted out by Patton. Their way down the wing here. 23 plus change going here in the first quarter. Won't be a long one with just the 2 goals to show for it. Smith up against Green now. Smith uses his size, won it down to Franklin. Screw this one around the corner. Wiley just getting rid of his opponent there and taking the intercept mark. Shifts it inside for Rainbird, who's been taken by Walsh. Don't like it either. Rainbird gets up with words to say. Sends it wide for Green. Attempt to take their time with ball in hand today, the Roos. Green squares it back to Wiley. Good user of the football. He's retreating to Swinton because he can now switch it out to Baker Smith. Half back, Baker Smith. Shoots one in every inch of the playing surface and then a little more perhaps. The boundary umpire said it was out of bounds on the full.
Looked to be, didn't it?
Yeah, it has been blown. So free kick to the Bombers.
And it's Stixie Blackburn will get the footy away from home. So won't be too long left in this quarter. 2-2, plays 2 behinds. Lauderdale would love to sneak one before the siren. Big clunk taken there by Hayden Smith. Plays on quickly. Now Marlin goes towards the top of the square. And now Christensen coming through, got the handball away. Siggins now. Right on the boundary, Sam Siggins tries to centre the footy. Mark not taken. Christensen's there still. But the Roos do well in the end, and Karen Howlett brings it out of defence. Umpire's blowing the whistle here. And looks like the free kick will be going to the Roos.
Downfield number, I think, yeah.
Jack Preshaw with the footy. Tried their hardest there, Lauderdale hit the scoreboard, but not on that occasion. Hasn't worked for them. But they might get one last crack here through Franklin. He comes bursting through. He goes inside 50 now. And free kick will be paid here again. And that's against Alan Christensen. Roos tries to settle the footy. It was a dangerous kick, and Smith gave him one on the way through. So Pregame will get the 50. So maybe the Roos will get another chance here before quarter time. What is on offer? He's going to go long. Pregame sends it to the right forward pocket. There's all Lauderdale there though, but the Roos end up with it through Harper. Got the kick away just, or has he been picked? Umpire is giving it Lauderdale's advantage here. They'll work it up the wing. And it's a great mark by Blackburn out in front, and that is the siren. So it beats them, and they won't get the goal thereafter before quarter time. But it is a hot start for Clarence. 2-2-14. Plays 2 behinds at quarter time in the TSL elimination final.
Yeah, the first quarter, really, Clarence able to take a couple of their chances. Probably the only real difference. Both teams had periods inside forward 50. Lauderdale might have probably even slightly edged them in inside 50s, I'd have thought. It's been an arm wrestle all around the ground, and so far Garland able to take that mark in a 2-on-1. And a wonderful kick from Harper on the other side. Just taking their chances a little bit better, but even opening to this game, I would have thought. Always a tough ground to judge till we've had 2 quarters here, this one, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. I was about to say exactly the same thing. So this second term will be really interesting. on the Daily Potato Co live stream on the AFL.com.au app today as well, Drew, which is nice.
We just need to get us in the match soon. Just ahead of the Geelong Collingwood one, maybe next step, I reckon. But yeah, good to be on there.
We want to take a short break here from the Twin Ovals and be back with the second quarter very soon.
Well, welcome back for the second quarter here at the Twin Ovals. Clarence holding sway, 2 goals to 14 to Lauderdale. 2 behinds here in the elimination final in Tasmanian State League. Brought to you by the DALY Potato Company. Do you think the Bombers need to change up here heading into quarter number 2 to get back into it, Brent?
Well, as you said, Drewy, it'd be good to see what it's like for them kicking to the right of screen. Obviously, they had a lot of inside 50s in that term, but couldn't make the most of it. So, yeah, I think we'll judge it a bit more at half-time and just how both teams are going. But, yeah, I think it was an entertaining first quarter, a bit of an arm wrestle, as we said. So looking forward to seeing how this one plays out.
There's certainly encouragement for the Roos, but Bombers certainly had their opportunities. I feel they're well in this one. Who's going to be able to go harder for longer? It could be a real battle of attrition sense between these two teams, as it was last time they both met.
Well, everything needs to be on the line. There's no tomorrow. We know that. So can't die wondering in elimination finals. Huge game. So the umpire holds the ball off for quarter number 2 from the Twin Ovals. It's Lauderdale to the right of the screen, Clarence to the left. We're underway. Siggins got first use. Marlin was wrapped up. Harper gets it out the back. Green dragged down by Walsh. Umpire said play on. Throw it. So it'll go to Walsh. Walsh goes inside 50 now. Collect the footy. Marlin handballs. The kick heads goalward. It's going to go right to the line, but rush through for a minor score in the end. Taking start from Lauderdale, takes them to 3 behinds, and Clarence 2-2.
Back pocket, Ballsboom, ships over the top looking for Paprotny. Well, did the hard part and then left it behind. Now perhaps a chance for Harry Richmond. Doesn't have the journey. Got his way through to Holmes. He had to play on. Flicked it at Swinton. Under pressure, Christensen. And Swinton is desperately able to walk it across the line. And behind only. The heat was going. She's Luke Swinton giving the good old-fashioned hospital ball there to sit under.
Absolutely.
Had to
kick from Harry Richmond too, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's got his contact. Normally a booming kick of the football. Smith tried to fool the umpire, but it pitched before him. It'll be a ball up.
Interesting start here to the second term. Lauderdale's attacking 50 though. Up it goes. Cut down. And Martin. Now the Roos have the footy. Kicks away, tries to centre. Sutton's there for Lauderdale. And now Green, try to get the handball away. Nice call, might be a throw. So Lauderdale will get the chance now through Harry Richmond to go back and have a look at the goals. Do a throw. Going on up the back here too with Siggins and a host of Clarence players. Harry Richmond. Lauderdale's first of the afternoon. He kicks it beautifully off the boot, swings it back, and Lauderdale had its first major.
He's got a good start to his second term for the Bombers.
Bit going on.
Pressure, and it is kicking off behind here. Baker Smith and Alec Christensen absolutely going at it there. Sammy Siggins was involved. He's got 3 on him at the moment. Usually he's put to the deck by Smith. Tilly trying to come in and offer some support in there. He's dragged away by Preshaw.
We said, Drew, off the top of the broadcast today that the sting might have gone out.
Siggins has just put Baker Smith to the ground.
Yeah, we said the sting might have gone out of this rivalry. Maybe not. Maybe not.
The evidence of that, there's not a lot of love lost out there. The umpire just says, you're all giving as good as you got. We'll just take it back to the middle and not give any free kicks there. Back on with the action. So a great start to the quarter for the Bombers. They get their first goal and close within 4. This man, Leonard Marlin, been good, running hot out of the middle, and he drives them forward once more through the hands of Christensen. Slight little fumble there from Bealey. Eventually gets the handball away. Swinging through Borsburn. He was worked off by Patton. Now they kick inside 50 from Richmond. Siggins lurking dangerously. Sammy Siggins gets it on the right and gets a shot away. It was always drifting and drifting all the way out of bounds on the full in the end.
Hot start to this second term. Stuff going on left, right and centre, which you like to see in an elimination final. Lauderdale have come out and they've just attacked. Clarence yet to get it in their half of the ground in quarter number 2. They decide to go to the far side of the ground. That's out of bounds on the full, so Sutton will get the kick now for the Bombers. He goes short, spots up Tilly. Tilly wastes no time playing on, loads up from 50. Sam Tilly to the top of the square, but it's marked the last line of defence by the Roos. Waste no time. Borsburn with a footy. Kicks it to the wing. Nice flight, pretty short. He's paid the mark. Spots a target. No, not taken. It's Ollie Preshaw now. Handballs over the top. Barwick finds a target and Garland.
Well done, Ollie Preshaw there. Really nicely done. Clean through the middle of the ground. Really clever the way he worked it forward and then able to just find Barwick to hit up this man Garland.
So right behind this one, we should know straight away how it looks. Looking for goal number 2 of the afternoon, Colin Garland. And he comes, that one's off to the left for a minor score.
So a let off there, not the easiest of chances for Garland there. Trying to figure out the wind at this end of the ground, but a 5-point advantage for the Roos. Could have used that one. It's been a strong start to this quarter from the Bombers. Exploded out of the blocks, but that one's picked off there by Keegan Wiley. He's a penetrating kick, Keegan Wiley. See if the Ops pass this one inside the 50. Actually just squares it sideways to Swinton. They have been quite patient with ball in hand today, the Roos. Content to try and pick the gaps in the Bombers' defence. Swinton will eventually be forced to just loft one up to a contest. Decisively spoiled away. First to it though, Baxter Norton flicks the handball over the top looking for Howlett. He can't quite keep it in. There'll be a ball in at half forward for the Roos. 6 minutes gone here in the second term. They lead 2-3-15 to 1-4-10. A real even battle developing here at the Twin Ovals. It's been hard fought so far. Siggins up against Green in the ruck. Charging on through and just drawing a little over the shoulder. Free kick was Harper. Advantage paid, worked his way back to Harper, off balance somewhat. He works the kick forward, but it floats out of bounds on the full.
So 5-point advantage to the hosts. Clarence. Josh Williams with the footy. Finds Ed Stanley. He's played some good finals footy over the years, Ed Stanley. Back in the TSL, of course, spending some time at Dodgers Ferry. Big fly from behind Baker Smith. Umpire said play on. And that will be coming back.
52, I imagine.
Yep.
Nice Walsh. Just clobbering Smith there. He's certainly been at in the middle of much of the pushing and shoving, yes. And scrums that have broken out.
You see Baker Smith back on his feet to take his kick. See what he's got on offer. Gets to the paint of 50. On to take the mark, and it's held up in the end for a ball up. Plays 1-4. Almost 8 minutes gone. Second term. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on the Daily Potato Co live stream. It was Colin Garland fisted it forward. And now Hanslow wants to go goalward, but that one's just to the right for a minor score.
Snap the banana from the pocket there, and those sharper chances you get. So behind only, the Bombers have a loose man in Stanley, so they take the quick option. He returns it to McGuinness, charging off half-back Josh McGuinness. He kicks it up there. Really just lost his footing. Blackburn, Holmes battling for it. In the end, it'll be a ball up on centre wing. Christensen rather gingerly back to his feet after that. Holmes and Bealey crunching in on him. Cops some close attention today as Christensen more marked that than with the ruck contest. Off his chest, Swinton charging out of the fence, cutting a scythe through a few bowlers there. Worked it to Green. Tompkins riding shotgun. Drives them deep in the Garland direction. Oh, just taken away for it the last second, but it will be paid for over the shoulder. There's Suki almost getting away with it, but in the end, Garland will get the decision and go back. Another chance for his second of the afternoon.
The form of his life, isn't he? Garland looks so good on the lead like that.
Such confidence to his teammates. He's got to put it out in front of him, but it's going to be a pretty strong chance of snaffling it. A tough task for Tony Suki having to stand in today. So Garland goes back 3 seconds. That's a better kick from Colin Garland. He gets his second of the match. The Roos get their third. They kick out to a 12-point lead.
Yeah, it's been great to watch this year, Colin Garland. I think Peter Ryan said during the week he only looked to play, 10 to 12 games at the start of the year. I think he's missed one, maybe, or two. So, look, just invaluable to have someone like him with his experience around this young Clarence team, and hopefully he goes on next year because, as I say, he's in the form of his life at the minute. He's playing some really good footy.
He just looks like snatching everything that comes his way, doesn't it? Just snaffling it up. Great hands, and he's a real lighthouse for them. They're looking for him every chance they get.
So we're back in the middle. Over to Lauderdale now to try and peg back this lead that Clarence currently has, and they try and work it forward and do. All bouncing towards the top of the square. Siggins trying to dispose of his opponent. Christensen's there as well, but the Roos do well. Wiley now. Mark taken by Holmes. James Holmes, a mainstay of this Clarence team for many years now. Rainbird went for the handball. Norton just missed him. Guys paid a high free kick here. Go the way of the Bombers.
Sloppy 10 seconds there from Rainbird. Missed the handball, then the high tackle.
So Sam Tilley has the footy. He goes long, but that's been gobbled straight up by Sammy Green. Easy as you like that one. Goes to the wing. Harper out in front, takes it on the chest. Inside the centre square now. Good mark taken by Poland. Plays on quickly. Spots a target, and it's that man again, Sam Siggins.
Poland doing what he does so well there. Great interceptor of this competition, just reading the play. And Clarence staying to screen forwards. Leaves the space in behind for Siggins.
So directly in front, will kick from some distance. And he runs on in, Sam Siggins. That's gone well to the right and might have gone way too far to the right. In fact, it has out of bounds on the full.
Clarence to reload from fullback, a 2-goal lead. Tight contest here. Since it might remain that way for much of the afternoon. Kicks to a contest where there are a sea of Bombers players. Pretty well was Keegan Ryan in there. Dumping tackle from Hanslow. Slapped out towards Tilly. Worked it through to Richmond. Christensen just got a yard on his marker there. And he gets up and takes the mark. He'll go back for his side second.
As we said, great to have someone of his experience in this team at finals time. Being on the last Saturday in September at the MCG, up on the dais, getting his premiership medal. So
He was hoping for a similar result this afternoon in that particular matchup as Christensen just hangs that one out to the right. Well, good contact there. 1 goal, 5 now, the Bombers. Just a little bit wasteful early on here. In a game of a few goals, that can be very costly.
Absolutely. Those keeping an eye on the other game up at Windsor Park, obviously a direct ticket to the grand final on the line there. And at quarter time, it's the Tigers leading Launceston, 26-16.
Wow, hey.
So lovely. That's exactly the position the Tigers would have wanted to be in heading into that game. As we said, an 80-point average losing margin at Windsor Park this year from those 2 games they've played there. So that's a big result for Trent Baumler and his men. Obviously a long way to go in that game, but that's a pretty positive spot they find themselves in.
Yeah, well, another one of those grounds you kind of need to wait till half-time to really assess. I've seen a few big leads at quarter time at Windsor Park this season change around, but it's certainly a little surprise the early score there. Good to see a good contest. We've got a good contest here as well. Finals footy coming at you here. Brought to you by the Daily Potato Company. Williams sweeps through the middle of the ground. Ship forward just over the head of Christensen this time. It just allows the relieving mark to be taken. Quickly poked into the middle. Rainbird had to be strong. He was surrounded by Bombers. It was good hands. He works it further forward there, and he found Borsburn in some space. Gave it to Wiley. Wiley drives it into the pocket. Trying to take the mark Preshaw. Racket tight to him. Battling on well now. And there'll be a ball up inside the forward 50, so well just to hold up the dangerous Ollie Preshaw. Ruckman Smith getting across to help out. Contest this one up against Keegan Ryan by the looks of it, and Smith with the height advantage wins it down. Marlin had plenty of clearances here this afternoon, just whacks this one away. Can't quite find Martin.
7 scoring shots to 6, but it's the Roos that 11-point buffer. Those 15 minutes gone, second term. The Twin Ovals. Roos home game this afternoon. Smith and Green, the 2 number 6s, go at it. Rainbird got boot to ball and worked it forward. And Poland could get it in his grasp, and out it goes. That's a free kick. So Clarence Footy Club look to go inside again. What is on offer? Big punch from behind from Preshaw. Out of bounce.
Yeah, well done there from Preshaw reading the situation. He was never going to be able to mark it, so prevent the intercept, get the stoppage inside forward 50. It's the discipline thing you need.
Absolutely. They rake the ball in. Rainbird in the ruck on this occasion for Clarence. Harper went to ground, and a couple of Bombers dive on top of him. Now bursting through. They do well though, the Bombers, to get it out of danger just for the time being though. They're going to reset and go again. Here though, Clarence. And that one has gone straight down the Bombers' throat though. With the footy now is Patton. Got it off now to the running Broomhall. And now they're away here. Patton's going to get it back. No, he's not. Bounce didn't favour him. Ends up with the Roos. And now they've got some time and space. Baxter Norton right in the middle of the Twin Ovals. Spots a target. Hands low. Not going to work. Harper couldn't take the mark. Lauderdale's defence does okay in the end. This one is all gobbled up by Clarence Footy Club, and the man of the football is Propotny.
Propotny just chips one short. Finds a marking target in Bryce Alomes. Crowded forward 50 ahead of him. He'll kick it into the congestion, looking for Garland once more. He drew a crowd. Quick handball out towards Sutton. Turns back into trouble. Good smother from Rainbird. He goes back and gathers it. Now he's in trouble. Just got his kick away in time. Good pressure from behind there. The intensity from both sides really impressive here in this elimination final. It's do or die, and that is certainly showing the intent of both these sides. Attack on the man here. You've not got long to get rid of it. Hot in the kitchen at the Twin Ovals. An 11-point lead the Roos way, and they're on the attack here. Rainbird knocked up by Walsh. I slipped a little high, but giving away with it, Bryce Walsh. Tough customer. Yeah, but we'll toss it up once more. Smith and Green. Smith fires out a handball. Flicked up by Franklin. Marlin just shovels it to Broomall. Eventually they get a kick away up towards the wing. In dispute there, Howard. Now Paprotny. He's going nowhere. Umpire calls for it.
A minute away, minute and a half away from time on here. Second quarter action from the twin ovals. Green and Smith both missed it. Green ended up with it though, but spilling out the back to Marlin was the footy. Green, Harper, Preshaw, and Sutton gets it back for the Bombers. Marlin now. Once he got forward, Blackburn couldn't get it. Richmond's there. Patton, but ends up with Paprotny again. And a good punt taken by the Roos. Told to play on. It goes along the wing. Now McGuinness, the stars of the competition, team of the year as we mentioned earlier. Does it again, tapped it down, tried to find Walsh, didn't quite get him. Down by Preshaw. Jack Preshaw gets it back again. Harper, the skipper, got it away to Paprotny. Inside 50 now, top of the square, spills out the back, but bounces through for a behind. Takes Clarence to 3-5, to Lauderdale 1-5. So it is Clarence by 2 goals.
Always a danger of the bounce of the ball there, with Garland drawing all 3 Bombers defenders. Spilt into space. Preshaw was very much on. That's what it's taking to stop Colin Garland here. If you leave him one-on-one, you're just asking for trouble here, as this one's brought down. Strong mark taken there. Shipped sideways. Good hands again from Richmond, and he found Broomall. Broomall puts it down the line. Plenty of numbers there for the Roos. Just caught a couple deep with Siggins, barely able to pick that off and chips it out behind. Loams has a 2-on-1. Used the spare in Swinton. Now a little bullet up towards the wing. Floats away and will elude Howlett to be thrown in. 2-goal lead the way of the Roos here at the Twins. 5-1-5. Piece here in the second term after the Roos kicked 2 to none in quarter number 1. Back in for Smith to win down away from Green. Matt Franklin, time just to prop. See anything he likes, so forced onto the left. That was an ugly kick straight to Preshaw. Preshaw swoops and a risky little ball inside for a Loams. That just invited Patton in, but Clarence keep a hold of the football now. How will it bounce awkwardly, but doing nicely was Tyson Hanslow. As a man riding shotgun, gave it to him. It's Paprotny from 45. It's offline for a minor score.
Build-up was good. Just offline though. 1-point buffer for Clarence. Always bring it down the line. Made the mark. Here's Megan Ryan. Wants to go gold and does. Garland was there, couldn't take the mark. Williams now runs it out of defence. Only as far as Green, pushing the back. Advantage paid here to Lauderdale. Williams on the far side of the ground. Mark taken on the chest of Christensen. Christensen plays on quickly. Hits up Patton. Patton decides to go for the shorter option. Marlin goes a little wider. City's target at the end. They're building slowly here, Lauderdale. Love another goal. One from behind went with the fist. And they turn it over again here, Clarence, and get themselves out of danger for the time being. One's headed to the boundary line though. And it goes. Well into time on now. Almost 23 minutes gone. Low scoring affair here in the first half. 24 plays 11 in favour of Clarence. The winner of this game to play the loser of Launceston and Kingborough next weekend. Hayden Smith earns himself a free kick. Goes with a big roost to 50. Big fly from behind from Christensen. Lost the footy in the end. In fact, it's holding the footy. Clarence will have the footy.
So the Roos take over through Rainbird at half-back. Might be the longest of quarters, you'd imagine, with just a goal apiece. Rainbird driving it down the line to a contest over there. McGuinness, Marlin flicked a little handball back. Ryan applying the pressure. Seeking the safety of the line here, the Bombers. The tackle laid again from Burgess. In there too was Tompkins. Over the top of him there. There's Williams, so the Roos, a 13-point lead, looking to extend that. Allen cast in the role of ruckman, won it down to Harper, spun into some trouble. Walsh able to get rid of it. Rainbird comes in, took a little high, I thought there, Rainbird at the end. The umpires calling for the throw up, so Smith up against Garland. Garland just getting rid of Smith, got the kick forward, tumbling into the pocket, spinning away with Patton. Roos players one holding the football, and it's been paid. Free kick going the way of Karen Howlett. So this would take his very best. Tight to the line.
Yeah, difficult kick, isn't it, in this spot?
Some concern about playing on inside with the siren going at this point of the quarter too.
Absolutely.
So what can Howlett produce here? Howling wind, tight to the boundary line. He's side lead by 13. He punches it low. It looks pretty good off the boot. It is his very best. Kieran Howlett gets the Roos fourth, and they kick out to a 19-point lead. On a day where goals have been so hard to come by, to get a kick from the pocket like that, that is a real bonus, Brent Costello.
Oh my goodness me, what a kick, what a finish. As you say, Drew, you can hear the wind coming through the microphone just to give you an idea of how blowy it is at the Twin Ovals, but that was an exceptional finish from Karen Howlett. And as you say, goals at a premium in this first half, so a 19-point lead at the moment. Very handy.
It's a useful break, isn't it? They've got on top as this quarter's worn on, the Roos. They've worked their way, probably deserving of a little lead here. Under the Bombers to respond.
It is indeed. 25, almost 26 minutes gone, second term. And the Roos are going to go again here through Rainbird this time. He goes long. Spills out the back, and they're going to have a look at goals again here. And that one, no, is offline. Got a clean 20-point margin now. Back in quickly. Stanley with the football. Off the line now. Falls, but it's all gobbled up there. Keegan Ryan sends the ball to Rainbird. Rainbird looking for a target inside 50. Now wheeling around there was Harry Burgess. He goes to the top of the square, but a great mark, courageous mark from Ed Stanley. He's got Bryce Walsh on his own, but decides not to use him. To kick it and hope again here, Ed Stanley. Fly, and will take the mark. It's not been a high tackle, but it was. That one against Oscar Popotny.
Smith just comes into it. Tears Swinton off him, and getting off the ball. Was pretty sure takes exception to that. Spiteful little contest at times here today. Just adding a little extra flavour to this elimination final. Kicking to a contest, floated over everyone's heads. Keegan Wiley was just parked out back. Shops it off. He decides to open it up and go into the middle, but in the protected area, I think, so this is going to have to come back. It should allow the Bombers to get pretty well set up behind the ball. Deep into the second quarter here. Wiley. Actually, just goes the drive down the line. Quite marked by Rainbow, but there goes the half-time siren. It's kicking off once again. There has been tempers flaring, things threatening to boil over here. It's, in terms of the action, it's the Clarence Roos very well poised at the half-time break. 4:7:31 to 1:5:11. The Bombers, well, they jumped them in the first couple of minutes. And they added, what, one goal, they added for the quarter there, 1 goal 3. And they had 1 goal 2 inside the opening couple of minutes. And then really didn't look like scoring for most of the quarter as Clarence got on top and built a pretty handy break at half-time.
Absolutely, yeah. They looked on, didn't they, Lauderdale, in that first minute or two. But to Clarence's credit, really put the game on their terms and have that 20-point lead now at the major break. So all the hard work ahead of Lauderdale in a match where goals are a premium.
Absolutely. Live stream brought to you by the Daily Potato Company. Hope you're enjoying the finals action. We'll be back in around about a quarter of an hour with the second half. It's the Roos in the ascendancy at halftime, a 21-point lead. Can the Bombers rein it in, or will their season come to an end here? Stick around and find out. So we're back with the second half just about to get underway here in the TSL Elimination Final. It's Clarence holding sway over Lauderdale by 20 points at half-time, extending their lead in the second term, having the better of the first half and leaving it with it all to do here in the second half for the Bombers. I'm expecting out of this second half, Brent, more tight contested football, or any chance of it opening up?
Yeah, I think so. It started to in the back end of that first half, didn't it? With Clarence sort of opening the game up a little bit, but man, Lauderdale just need to get some more supply to their forwards. Michael Blackburn, of course, Harry Richmond got that go early in the game. But they just need to get to work here, the Bombers. There's no doubt about that. Season on the line. No tomorrow for the loser. The winner to play either Launceston or the Tigers in next week's preliminary final. Backwards kick there from Sam Siggins. It goes wide now. Walsh, handball backwards to Sutton. Was held up. And now moving it forward there was Baxter Norton. Mark taken on the far side of the ground, and the Roos are away here now. From a nice crowd here at the Twins, but back of the flight there was Will Poland. Headband on this afternoon, back in the team as we said earlier after missing with some general soreness last start. Perfect conditions. With a wind about. Oh, that was smothered. And now Clarence the opportunity to turn it over, but the umpire will throw this one in.
So the Roos on the attack early. Corner number 3. Smith up against Green in the ruck. There he wins it decisively. Slammed on the boot by Ryan. Floating ball. Almost brought down by Shaw. Couldn't quite complete it. Barwick trucks it across the line. He tossed back into play. For a good start to quarter number 2 from the Bombers. Jumped out with Gates pretty sharply. Clarence really dominated the second half, really 20 minutes of that second term. Garland out of the ruck, gets his kick away. Floating deep, spoil came from Poland. Trying to bring it inside. There's Howlett, but he runs out of room.
With the first goal here, Lauderdale, just to settle things back and get it back on their terms slightly. 20-point margin in favour of the red and white. Smith punched it forward. Sutton kept it in. Siggins sees it over. Windsor Park, Launceston have kicked away from the Tigers. Currently lead that one by 40 points, approaching half-time. Comes back in, Garland into the ruck with Smith. Smith under down. Garland got boot to ball and got it out of there. Mark taken though for Oscar Shaw. Shaw got it away quickly. Come the Bombers. McGuinness takes the mark. Brother, Matt McGuinness, a little stiff I think, being delisted by North Melbourne yesterday. Disappointing game. Paddy Walker also being delisted by North, and Jackson Callow of Hawthorn. Here's Poland now. Short finds McGuinness again. He got it off to the running Williams, and Williams goes inside 50. First time this quarter. Ball spills out the back door. It's all Clarence though for Protney. And under pressure though from the tackler, Tilly it was. Clarence have the footy though with Bealey now running it out of defence. Only as far as Sutton. Sutton now tries to centre it. And a chance for Marlin to look at goals. Lennon Marlin lines it up, but off to the right, minor score.
1 goal, 6 now. The Bombers, they've been wasteful. Game, such fine margins could prove costly. It was better in the build-up though. Cutting through the corridor. Something they've done a lot of today, but they might need to do a little more of in the second half to get back into it. Jacques Barwick pushing up the ground, takes the mark. All the way away from where he normally does his best work. So Barwick just the side of the boot a little, and up and under pressure flew. Couldn't quite bring it down. Turning away with the dead. Stanley will drive the Bombers in deep. Christensen the target, thumped away from him by Bealey, who's been marking him closely this afternoon. Throwing inside forward 50. Bombers try and make some inroads. 19 points, not an enormous margin, but when you've only kicked one goal all the afternoon, it's put it in perspective. Goals have been tough to come by here at the Twins this afternoon. Snap from Christensen, round the corner, just offline. Move to 1-7 with the Bombers.
Yeah, need to make the most of their opportunities here. Could come back to haunt them in a big way, the Bombers. Clarence now with the footy. No choice but to go up the line, and mark taken. Very nice mark from Baker Smith. To hurry up, and does. Goes right in front of our commentary position here. It's a great mark. Lovely stuff from Colin Garland. Just clunking him everywhere at the moment. Oh, almost ran into trouble, but did well in the end to dodge his opponent. Goes to 50. Mark taken. That's on offer here. Alomes goes to the square, which to be gobbled up, but it is by Stanley.
Leaving mark taken. How about Garland though? The contested mark just runs straight through the man on the mark at the end and whacks it 60 metres to a man on his own. Valuable stuff from the big fella pushing up the ground. The Bombers getting away with it though. Had the loose behind the ball in Stanley, and now they try and build off half back. Sent to a contest at the wing. Baker Smith hit the pack with speed, couldn't control the mark. Next to Norton cutting through the middle. Handball inside, shrugging off was Borsberg, got his kick inside 50, floating Green with a Superman dive, couldn't haul it in. William Poland clears the area for the Bombers. Tumbles it out of defence, it pitches in front of Christensen. Beerley close to it, Christensen round the net. That's going to be a free kick to the Clarence player all day long. Advantage has not been paid. That's a little unfortunate to have done so, but Beerley will go back and take his kick. He's forced to go down the line to a contest, 2-on-1. The one there was Burgess, couldn't quite bring it down. He's immediately wrapped up. Marlon, or rather Franklin on top of him. The ball up at half forward, the Roos. 3-goal lead. Green won it down. Leonard Marlon plenty of clearances. Climbing on top was Ryan. The ball was going nowhere.
Goals at an absolute premium here at the Twin Ovals this afternoon. Just 5 for the game. 7 minutes deep into this third quarter. Big smack away there by Smith. Franklin went onto it, but Walsh got the footy. Interrupted though, and we have it out of bounds right in front of the interchange bench. Still a bit happening too. Need to get to work here, Lauderdale. Smith and Green in the ruck. Stiggins now, the Lynch medalist. Goes to the painted 50. Goes outside, falls out the back. Running onto it, those Tilly. What can Sam Tilly do? Throws it on the boot. That's a good kick, but just offline. For a minor score, takes Lauderdale to 1-8. 9 scoring shots to 11. They trail this one by 17 points.
Yeah, they haven't missed a heap of really easy shots, but they all add up, and you've just got to take 1 or 2 of them at some point. Clarence certainly have. It's their 4 goals. A couple of difficult shots in there they managed to put away. That's a good mark under pressure there from Liam Howard. Kept it moving. They'll drive it to half forwards now. Garland the target, just bounces favourably for Suki. Coming in from the side, Keegan Ryan battling away with Suki. They don't want to concede the free kick. Almost swooping on it, hands low. And handballed straight across the line by Suki. The umpire says we'll throw it in. The Clarence players are asking the question. Garland likely take their ruck duties here up against big Hayden Smith. And a few players with the frame to just not get shunted aside by Garland. Garland follows up at ground level, couldn't control it, but Clarence tumble it forwards anyway. Plenty of numbers parked back there. Stanley on hand. On hand, they sweep it off half back, and now Sutton will carry it away and send it forward. Or getting crunched was Kenny. Was courageous under the high ball there, Fergus Kenny. Knew the contact was coming, just had to wear it. Rewarded with the free kick. Unfortunately, his kick not so good. Straight down the throat of Keegan Wiley. He's parked back in defence for the Roos. Like his initial option, so switches it across instead. They've got a loose on over the top, and they're using Swinton. Swinton plays on and then finesses one down the line. It was dropped. Probably should have been taken by Morton. Now a chance for Walsh to drive the Bombers forward. Searching ball for Christensen. Just got rid of Bealey. And Alan Christensen goes back with what is a must-kick one here for the Bombers. They've squandered some chances. They need the star, Christensen, to stand up here.
Yeah, absolutely, Drew. Well said. Just got to kick it, doesn't he? Directly in front. Shouldn't be an issue for him. Just to the win. Big moment this in the game.
Just their second goal of the afternoon. Umpire does not move. And Alan Christensen closes the gap to 11 points. It's game on midway through the third term.
It is now, absolutely. That might just give Lauderdale a spark. They've had their chances, as we've said, but just haven't been able to convert. And you're right, they haven't been easy chances they've missed or anything like that, but you just got to take those chances when they come, at least a few, as you say, Drew. But that just might get them going now, Lauderdale.
They've had the better of the quarter. It was important they start to reflect that on the scoreboard a bit.
Absolutely. Plenty on the line here. Winner gets a ticket to play Launceston or the Tigers next week. It is season over for the losing side as Siggins is wrapped up. Shouts of holding the ball. Marin goes to half forward. And that's going to trickle out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Exciting finish coming up here at the Twin Ovals. Clarence home game this afternoon. Neutral venue, though. Ball back in. Smith got it down. And now here's Bryce Walsh steaming through the pack. And Mark taken by Tilly. Yes, he's been paid. So Sam Tilly with a chance to go back and get back-to-back goals for the Bombers and tighten this one right up.
As close as they've been since the early exchanges, if he can kick it. And they're certainly having the better of this term. A chance for two quick goals. An afternoon where goals have been so hard to come by. An enormous moment in this match.
Sam Tilly, the young star he is of this Lauderdale lineup. Can he get his team back-to-back goals and get them right back in this contest? In he wanders, puts it straight through, no, offline. Big let off there for Clarence. Another missed opportunity for Lauderdale. Will that come back to bottom, Drewy?
Yeah, he really should have had that one. Got a fair thump kick through it, but just didn't have the accuracy as that one's punched down the line and right nicely driven forward towards the wing. Dropped though by Keegan Ryan. Invites a couple of Bombers in. Green goes past it. In dispute. Charging through that was Patton. Tumbled a kick towards half forward. Harry Richmond been quiet this afternoon, albeit without the service. And Tilly with a ferocious tackle to take that one over the line. So a 10-point lead, but the game in quarter number 3 has been very much on the Bombers' terms. It's been a reversal of the second quarter. Making some inroads here as this one's knocked down. Now not putting the pressure. Walsh paddles it forwards. And going down Wiley. The umpire says your free kick. So Keegan Wiley with the chance. The Roos to repel out of defence. A fair bit of pressure at the back this term. Wiley will drive this one down the line. Hold's been called there. Which way is it going?
Lauderdale's way, that one.
Go to the Bombers against Keegan Ryan. So Poland, the man to take. Short to Stanley. This time this afternoon, you feel the Bombers starting to get on top of the contest here. They'll drive it to half forward, and Christensen with some strong mitts there. He plays on quickly, sends it inside 50. Blackburn the target. It was a clean take, but then he was immediately claimed by Holmes. There'll be a ball up inside 50.
Yeah, all Lauderdale at the moment, isn't it? Just need to make it count on the scoreboard. 10-point buffer. 31 plays 21. Inside they're attacking 50. Siggins, one and out of the ruck. Smith did well the tackle. Wasn't holding the footy. Clarence bringing out of defence. Smith. Now Sutton. Handball over the top. Punch forward though by the Roos. Bombers are there to mop it up though. Come to the wing. Sutton takes the mark. Plays on quickly. What's on offer for the veteran? Goes inside the centre square. Mark taken. So Broomhall goes wide. Ends up in the hands of Fergus Kenny. Inside 50. Mark taken by Tilly. Tight angle. He back himself in or look for an option. Looks like he'll back himself in for the moment.
Looked out all right for them. I thought the chance might have gone when he kicked behind Kenny rather than in front of him there. As Wiley left his man, but big chance here.
Sam Tilly to make amends for the one he missed a moment or two ago. And he's gone straight to the man of the mark as he's got the footy back though. Sam Tilly from the boundary. Minor score.
2 goals, 10. Yeah, very difficult chance that one, Tilly.
So more scoring shots now for Lauderdale, but they trail it by 9.
They're eating into the lead. There was 20 points at the break, but they're doing it into the time at the moment. Garland, the marker, a free kick, whichever you prefer. Colin Garland pushing up the ground here. Umpire says go back. Not sure why. Rolled up, but Bombers will be happy to set up defensively behind the ball. So, 1 goal 5 at half time. The Bombers have kicked 1 goal 5 in this quarter. Clarence yet to score. Long ball to a contest. Garland hauls it down with strength. He then kicked it straight into Suki. Broomhall picked up, slung but high from Howlett. The free kick will go to Broomhall. Sends it wide. Stanley, the target, didn't do him any favours. I'm not sure that was the right option as the offence marks really. Thanks, I'm really hearing that whistle. Umpire, I think, making sure the players are hearing it because of the crowd noise, perhaps.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely very local crowd here this afternoon. Why not when there's so much to play for? In this big game, elimination final for 2022 in the TSL. Working it forward there was Norton. Mark not taken by Stanley, but McGuinness ends up with the footy. Centres it. Mark taken by Ned Shaw. Wants to go to the wing and go for Williams. Josh Williams bounces favourable for him. Right to 50. Tilly's there again, but Harper gets the footy. Heads to the wing. Patton is interrupted and free kick paid. To Patton. 2-10 plays 4-7. The lead currently is 9 points in favour of the Roos, but at the moment it's Lauderdale doing all the attacking here at the Twin Ovals. They retreat and go backwards to try and go forward. Here is Poland. Little chip kick. Finds Sutton. Sutton told to play on as you heard through the microphone. Mark taken. Very nice mark from Richmond under pressure on the chest. Once he got to work with here, Harry Richmond goes for the short option in the end. Guinness goes long. He's got a couple of targets down there. Siggins is one of them. Couldn't take the mark. Bounced off that big burly chest of his, and Clarence work it out of defence.
They missed some opportunities, the Bombers. Siggins dropping a chest mark. A sight you rarely see. As this one floats, almost keeping it in Tilly, but just running out of room. Clarence have been under siege all term here. It's 31-11. Heading into the quarter. Now 31-22. Don't their score, the Bombers, but certainly missed some opportunities. They'll reload once more. Wiley attacking this ball. It was a dreadful kick. Always to the advantage of the Clarence player. He spreads it wide where Sam Green's in space. He's got Borsboom running over the top for him, loops the handball. It was a Loams rather, and he couldn't control it. In the end, forced to scrap with McGuinness, who stood up, won the ball, but then gave away the free kick. So getting a little fortunate there, Loams, after his fumble. Now, can he find a target? Garland be a likely marking option. Driving it deep to Loams. 3-on-1, the numbers with the Bombers. They look to take it away. And the handball finds the boundary line. And they're thrown back into play. A rare attacking foray here for Clarence.
Hardly been down there, has it?
He's been living at the other end of the ground. I think Garland might be on the interchange at the moment. I'd like to have him out there for this ruck situation, but he won't be there as it was Norton casting the role of ruckman. Slapped away by McGuinness. Preshaw gathers, turning onto the left foot. It's Preshaw bending it around the corner into the pocket. Stanley had his name all over it and take his eye off it. Takes the relieving mark.
He does. Taken by Oscar Shaw. Under a little bit of pressure in the end, Shaw, and turned over by the Roos, but a big tackle. Sees Tyson Hanslow brought over the boundary line for a boundary throw. That was good work there in defence. We're into time on now in this premiership quarter. 31 plays 22. But Lauderdale are on top. Need to make it count the scoreboard though. Smith will get the free kick there. It might be 50. No. McGuinness will get the free kick. No, Smith. So Hayden Smith handballs it off. Stanley goes short. It's a target. 4-7 to 2-10. Sutton now. Back to Stanley. Stanley wants to go to the wing and does. That's a good mark by Poland. Paid in the end. Had to work for it. He goes now to the right on the wing. McGuinness was there. So is Shaw. Clarence, so they turn it over, they don't. Ball's held up in the end. And it's not coming out too cleanly either. It'll be over the boundary line.
22 minutes have ticked by in quarter number 3. This elimination final, it's been an absolute arm wrestle all afternoon. The Bombers having the better of the quarter, making small inroads. Marlin has been a clearance machine. He tangles with Green. It's out of play for a throw in. It's got a significant advantage, more of a swirling breeze. The Bombers maybe with a slightly easier end to attack, but there's too much in it either end here. Cross breeze than anything. On the deck, flashing through was Harper. Swung off the football was Hayden Smith, and he's pinged. And the football the kill. So Clarence will take over, defensive side of the wing. Just starting to see a little bit more of it in the last few minutes of this quarter. They find a goal. It would be a huge blow for the Bombers, given the inroads they've made. Walk away with the same number of goals as the opposition for the quarter. Yeah, tough one to swallow. Well defended again though from Shaw. All in dispute. Harper flicks a handball out the back. Harper goes back in. He's claimed by Marlin. Have a ball up and half forward. It's been hot in the engine room all afternoon. Harper goes at Smith. Throw it back up. Green with the leap, left straight in to Smith. Smith goes back, grabs it. He's immediately captured by Harper, and we'll go again.
You're spot on, Drewy. They do not want to let Clarence get a goal here. Lauderdale, all their hard work will be undone. See the rucks go at it. Handball there. Now Harper has it. Swinton finds Holmes. Holmes now. Oh, it's a good mark. No, it's not taking the end. Williams there for Lauderdale. Stanley got the kick away just in time, but only as far as the opposition. Umpire's blowing the whistle here. Looks like it's 50. So this is a body blow here for Lauderdale. It's going to put Clarence well within striking range. And a chance to get a goal.
Be a real gut punch, especially to give away a 50 for the infringement in the zone. Just soft one to concede after such a struggle all quarter.
So Lockie Borsboom to make this a 15-point margin. Kicks on its way, and he's missed. Massive let off there for the Bombers. Massive. So 10-point margin now. And it comes almost 25 minutes gone here in the third term. Williams right in the middle of the twin ovals. Siggins. Can Lauderdale sneak one before three-quarter time? They'd love to. Marlin at the back, couldn't hold on to it. Does well though, handball's off. And now Patton, little chip kick. Fell short of Christensen. As he held up Christensen. Got the handball away in the end, Patton. And now on the boot of Tyler Martin to the top of the square. Mark taken, no. Holmes is there. Does well for the Roos, and they're out of danger for the moment.
Wiley in the back pocket, just stabs one and they survive. The Clarence, Borsboom, who squandered that opportunity at the other end moments ago. Now clearing defensive 50, sends it up to the wing. The flies come, it falls out the back for McGuinness. He was happy to have scored it out of play. And walks it across the line. A 10-point ball game.
Just the one goal this quarter, is it, Drew?
Yeah, just the one.
Might be long then, will it?
Now 5 to the Bombers. Just that miss moments ago for the Roos. That's all we've had in the way of scoring. Pre-Shaw came charging through. Just chips the little left footer down the line. Couldn't quite find Hanslow, which was in front of him and out of play. Can't imagine there's long at all left here. Gone by 26 and change, the third term. Game looks like it's going to be up for grabs in the final term. Martin up against Green. Flick the handball out back. Kick blasted forward, but the umpire has spotted something. It's going the way of the Roos, so a chance for one last foray forwards perhaps here. Borsboom looks up. Plenty of Bomber shirts back. He drives it into the pocket. It was a poor kick. Turned it straight over. And a leaving mark taken by Patton.
Can't be long left in this third quarter. Is there time for Lauderdale to get one back as they go forward? Here's Siggins now. Didn't have the footy. Quite let it go. And there is the three-quarter time siren. So we are all set up for a massive final term in the TSL Elimination Final of 2022. It's Clarence leading Lauderdale by 10 points, 32 plays 22. This is going to be a beauty.
It certainly is. You'd say if the quarter goes, the fourth quarter goes just as that third quarter did, the Bombers will win this one. If they create that many more opportunities again, I feel like there's only so long Clarence can hold on, absorb. They're going to need to be a little bit better around the ball in the fourth term. If the game remains on the Bombers' terms, they've let themselves down with their finishing today to only be 2 goals 10. They should be closer, if not ahead, on weighted chances in this game, Brent.
Absolutely. If you're wondering what the score is at Windsor Park as well, Launceston is well and truly kicked away from Kingborough now. 99 plays 35, just over 8 minutes into the third quarter. So Launceston with 1 foot into the grand final. And this one could go either way. We'll take a short break here on the Daily Potato Co. live stream. We'll be back with the fourth quarter for you really soon.
Alrighty, we're back here for the final term at the Twin Ovals. All to play for here. Clarence 32 holding sway over the Bombers 22. 2 goals 10 Lauderdale have kicked. They've left a few out there. Probably should be closer if not ahead, but Clarence have had their noses in front all day. Will that be the case at the end of the 4th term? What are you expecting from this final quarter of action here, Brent Costello?
Yeah, good question. I don't know, which is good going into the final quarter of an elimination final. Hopefully we've got a nice tight finish and it goes right down to the wire. I'm sure that both coaches don't want that to happen, but would have been interesting to see what both coaches' messages were at 3/4 time, because as we know, no next week, so for the loser that is. So it's a big 30 minutes coming up here. Clarence have had an exceptional year, as we said off the top of the show today. Probably exceeded all expectations. Lost a lot of players over the off-season, so they don't have to go on. And so they made a preliminary final this year. Lauderdale, we've got that high-end talent, we know that, but we're a pretty young list below that. So it's all set up, Drew, for a big final term.
Absolutely, 20 minutes of action. Leave it all out there. The Bombers, a little more composure inside 50. Well, taking the lead in that 3rd term, they really got the game on their terms. Clarence steadied a little probably in the final 5 minutes of it.
Yep.
But up to that point, the Bombers were really surging, had all the momentum. And Clarence will hope that they can pick up where they left off at the end of that term, because another quarter, just like we did there, the Bombers will fancy themselves. They had far more opportunities. They're just a little bit wasteful. As set, people just making their way off the ground here.
Not in a hurry.
Not in any great hurry whatsoever. The stage set for what should be a grandstand finish here at the Twin Ovals. Loser leaves town. No second chances here. The Tigers will await the winners. Who can get it done here? Final turn, the elimination final. It's been a mighty battle all afternoon. Who's got that little bit extra into the tank? We're underway in the final term. Smith won it down. The handball from Marlin. Down to Smith. Green came in over the top of him. Pretty sure he ran past it. Ruckman Green lopes across. Gave it to Harper. Screws a kick around the corner, just having to sit underneath it there. It was Keegan Ryan, worked away from him. Jacques Barwick backs it to Ryan Sutton. Tight to him. Get the first attacking opportunity of the final term. Roos holding sway by 10 points. Bombers with it all to do. Smacked over the top cleverly by Green and then pumped in deep. Barwick trying to track it down, couldn't quite complete the mark. Off hands for a throw in.
Ten-point margin. We are all set up for a massive half an hour of football in the Twin Ovals. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on the Daily Potato Co. live stream. Magnificent having every TSL game this season live streamed, thanks to the Daily Potato Co. A couple of weeks left of the TSL season. Prelim final next week, then a big grand final day. At this stage, looking like from Newtas Stadium, with Launceston having a handy lead over the Tigers up there at Windsor Park as we speak. Garland, Harper, handball over the top. Clarence look towards goal. That one is just to the right. So we'll get the first points off the final term. And Stanley doing the kicking duties for the Bombers. Goes to Poland. He's got Shaw on his own. That's who he decides to use in the end. Takes the mark overhead. In a real hurry to get it going here, Shaw. Free kick paid there against Baker Smith. By the way, Tyler Martin. And they pick back this lead, Lauderdale. They head towards attack. First time this quarter, but that's not a great kick. And Martin out of bounds on the full.
Floating that one offline. his tiniest work. So Roos to take back over. A couple of short options. Eventually opts to head there. Roos going to run a little clock here. Smith now is still loose, so he's the next link in the chain. Too content to take his time, Baker Smith. Now they're forced to kick to a contest here. Plenty of Bombers bodies. The spoil came from Poland. But straight to Swinton there. Picks it up, chips it in, and he finds Harry Burgess. And Burgess, he's off here, is he? Oh, umpire calls him back round. Looked like he took a step off his line to me. The umpire says go back and take your shot.
Well, big kick this, isn't it? Make it 16 points. We put a dagger through the hearts of Lauderdale.
The significant moment here. We could extend the margin here. Harry Burgess from 45, striking it just offline. And the margin out to an even 2 goals. It's 4-10 to 2-10.
It's gone 4 minutes in this final term. Taken. That kick's gone straight on the throat of the Clarence player, though. Couldn't mark it in the end. Walsh got the handball out only as far as Harper, who threw it on the boot. Back inside attack for the Roos. Mark not taken, but still alive for them. Ryan, Stanley, ball spills out the back. Here's McGuinness, the ever-reliable Josh McGuinness. Finds Franklin. Now back to McGuinness. He works it forward. Mark taken nicely by Tyler Martin. Martin. He goes long inside 50 now. Mark not taken by the Roos. Picked off the boot of Sam Siggins. Now James Holmes is the setting hand for the Roos.
He found Paprotny. Good awareness from Holmes. He's almost kicked straight to his chest at close range. Gathered it and then spent it wisely. They'll spread it wider still. More content to take time whenever they've had a mark here. The opening 5 minutes of this final term. Beerley loads up, sends it long, 3-on-1. Off hands for a throw in, so a decent result for the Roos there. Ollie Preshaw drawing a crowd. Allen strides across. Smith up against Green in the ruck duel. Smith takes front position, slaps it down. Preshaw trying to get it away, but Smith on top of him. Umpire will have it again. 12 points the lead for the Roos. Elimination final. It's been a low scoring grind all afternoon here. Like a hold there and a free kick that should be going the way of Nat Franklin. Has been awarded. So Franklin from the wing. Chips it centrally for Christensen. Christensen demands a lead. Then just hammers it deep. Blackburn the target, floated over his head. Siggins gathers, flicked it out for Williams. Puts on the afterburners. He's corralled. Back over the top for Siggins. The big man couldn't quite gather it. He was quite content just to have a stoppage instead. So he worked that one across the line. Big opportunity here perhaps for the Bombers. 6 minutes into the term.
Kicked 2 goals for the game. Lauderdale probably need at least 3 to win, you'd think.
Chance here, Siggins wins it down. Around level they compete. Marlin trying to get it out of there. Walsh perhaps in the back there. Got away with it. Then Clarence just blasted out of there. Got some good purchase on it. The bounce, a nice one for Garland. Short it pretty well. Then flicked away by McGuinness. Back into Stanley's hands. And they've handled that situation pretty well and forced the stoppage to the Bombers.
When I say 3, I mean 3 more than what they've currently got. So the work is all ahead of them. No doubt about that, and time is ticking. 7 minutes gone now, final term. Low scoring affair in this elimination final. Big tackle there. And ping too. Matt Franklin, so chance for the Roos to attack it once more. And that's been gobbled up though by Luke Patton. Stanley screaming for the footy. Patton ignores him and opts to use Bryce Walsh instead. It falls just short of him. Stanley. And now Patton was going for holding the footy. Throw, in fact. So the ball will go to Baxter Norton now. Norton on the left. Goes to the left forward pocket. Garland was there. Now Ryan. She dropped the ball. Oh, friendly fire there between Bryce Walsh and Tane Suki. Both players still down here. Not moving too quickly. That was a nasty head clash. Suki looks like he hasn't moved at all.
Yeah, the friendly fire, as you say, going across the line. Walsh just got to climb on top of him. The stoppage, but yeah, Suki has not moved since that hit.
Call for the stretcher here, yeah. He's moving now, which is good.
That is good to see. He's been the man on Garland all afternoon, so not a matchup you want to be having to shift in the final turn. He's back to his feet.
Yeah, he's run off to the goal square, so he's fine, which is good. Bryce Walsh still being attended to by the trainer.
That will be a ball up in the forward pocket. The Roos up by 2 goals, looking to extend that further. Smith and Garland. Garland back inside. Barwick taken down on a strong tackle. Now gathered his hands low. Oh, it's hot in the kitchen right now. This Bombers defence not wanting to yield. Clarence forward sensing the moment. Another goal here would make it seriously tough for the Bombers. They've got a stoppage deep inside forward 50. Garland goes to work. Tries to extract it from there, but he's wrapped up by Walsh. Slung backwards. Eventually back to his feet, and he'll likely go again. Garland against Smith. Garland gathers it out of the ruck, tries to get boot to ball. The defence holding firm once more. And they are not giving an inch right now.
No, they're not. Absolutely. 10 minutes gone, final turn. Everything on the line here for these two teams. No tomorrow for the loser. Tilly, important tackle. All up. 4-10, plays 2-10. Even 2-goal margin here. All season, Clarence has strung together under their new coach, Peter Ryan. Here's Harper. Lauderdale get the footy back here. Walsh now has got some time and space. Throws it on the boot. What's on offer up forward? Hang on to it's Blackburn. Hasn't had much supply this afternoon. Stixie Blackburn.
Pretty well, I reckon, there to force the stoppage. It was a clear outnumber for the Roos. Kept it in front of him. Gets him the chance to set up.
So we wait the ball in. It's Smith and Ryan in the ruck. Doesn't go too far though on the ball up. Not too far from the last one.
Smith wins this one down to Marlin. He's got one hand free and gang tackled, somehow forced it forwards. Broomhall lays the tackle. Crashing in again, Marlin. Got a handball out there, worked it back to Patton. Patton goes looking for Christensen. Flying in from the side, Tilly almost. High on Christensen, surely. Free kick blown. That's going the way of the Star Bomber.
Well, big moment.
And 52, is it? It has. He's been walked to the goal line, Christensen.
Wow.
It'll make a certainty of it. That's going to be a 6-point ball game.
Well,
Christensen goes back. Regulation chance. Puts it through and suddenly there's a goal of difference. 4-10 to 3-10. 12 minutes gone, final term. We are set for a massive finish here at the Twin Ovals.
now I had a feeling on my way down today, Drew, and I wanted to investigate extra time and what happens if we get a draw here on our hands. If the match is a draw, a 6-minute break with 2 additional 5-minute periods, no break in between, just a change of ends. And if the match is still drawn after end of extra time, the golden score rule is in place. So we're not quite there yet, but that's what happens if we have a draw at full time.
Well, as a Geelong fan, I sincerely hope that isn't what happens, Brett.
You got somewhere to be.
We've got a thrilling 1-point finish, that'll do. That can be excitement as Siggins gets the kick away, slung off it, and it's a strong mark under pressure from Swinton. Stood tall. The Roos lead eroded down to a single goal here. 4-10 to 3-10. A grandstand finish coming up here at the Twins. Elimination finalists. Swinton sends the Roos forward through the hands of Ryan. Gathered there was Shaw. He's going nowhere. There'll be a ball up at half forwards. Clarence done some attacking here early on in the final term. No goal to show for it at the scoreboard. Goals been so hard to come by. Smith won it down, but turning away from it was Baxter Norton. Worked it over the top to Tompkins. Tompkins squaring ball. Ollie Preshaw with a big mark and a big moment. And a big kick coming up here.
Well, goals have been hard to come by, but we might see a couple here in the space of a minute. And that was a terrific mark by Preshaw. Really confident. Big jukes out in front. And the chance to go back now and extend that lead back out to 2 goals.
An enormous kick here for Ollie Preshaw. His side leading by 6 points midway through the final term. Can he extend that to 12? The locals trying their best to put him off, and they have succeeded. And it may be a little early to suggest a handy point.
I was about to say the same thing. Might be a fraction early, but you never know. It's been scoring at a premium this afternoon here at the Twin Ovals. Here's Poland. Oh dear, kick smothered off the boot, was it?
Preshaw with a bit of redemption for his miss.
Absolutely. They'll have a ball in. Clarence is attacking end of the Twin Ovals. What a grandstand finish we've got coming up here in the elimination final of 2022 in the TSL. Daily Potato Co live stream. Siggins got boot to ball, worked it forward. And that one's out of bounds. It's almost 15 minutes gone. So much to play for. You think back when these guys started back in November for pre-season, and here we are in September with only 7 points separating them 15 minutes into the last quarter of an elimination final. Here's Tilly, been busy this afternoon. A kick and hope there, but not much to work to. Right on the wing there, big tackle from Tyler Martin. It's out of bounds. Nice crowding here at the Twin Ovals too on a perfect day for footy. Makes the ball up. Smith got first use. He's flirting with the boundary, and that's where it ends up. It does in the end.
Good crowd, the vocal crowd too.
Yeah, they are loud.
Certainly trying to the Bombers, you'd think home, seem to have the share, or at least the closest share to near our microphones, as Smith wins this one down away from Green. Green immediately tackles him up. The 2 big number 6s have been battling away all afternoon there. They'll go once more here. Siggins also at the contest, playing the ball here for the time being. So they're key movers all around this contest. Walsh, Marlon, Siggins. Got some keys out there at the moment. Trying to impact the contest. Smith won it down. Eventually worked forward by the Roos. Sutton out the back, turning towards the line. He sends a kick, but he turns it straight over to Green. The Clarence Ruckman in no hurry here. Time on their sides. There's plenty of time enough for the Bombers. They're still just 7 points in arrears. Harper. Again, showing some patience. Now he'll drive the Roos deep inside 50 with a thumping kick in the Preshaw direction. Poland came over the top. Umpire has spotted a shove and will give the free kick the way of the Bombers.
So Launceston will be the first team through to the grand final. They lead by 80 points at three-quarter time at Windsor Park. Another tough day for the Tigers, who at this stage will be back here at the Twin Ovals next weekend to host the winner of this contest between Lauderdale and Clarence. Sutton hops it up. Mark taken by Marlon, who's been good today, I think. Marlin throws on the boot and goes long. Out the back door. And now they're away here through Tyler Martin, the Bombers. Watts on offer. Christensen couldn't take the mark. Oh, just overran it slightly. Still to his advantage though. Tried to get it out. Players dive all over it. And eventually the whistle goes. Let off there for Clarence.
Christensen had done so well initially, kicking his feet in that contest. But he just left the ball behind.
He did. So we restart. Siggins got it down to Christensen, who's dragged down by Baker Smith. Another ball up.
Siggins and Christensen dangerous at these stoppage situations.
Experienced duo too, the pair of them. Siggins this time, big handball over the top. And again, the ball not travelling too far. We tick towards time on an elimination final, 2022. Green and Siggins. Green won it down that time. I can get the clean break at the moment though.
Just repeat stoppages inside the forward 50 at the moment. Clarence defence holding up under pressure. The Bombers knocking at the door. Siggins with a little push off there. At the bottom of this pack is Broomhall, and for a 5th consecutive time we'll have another ball up. It's rinse and repeat. The ball not really shifting out of this patch of dirt. Siggins now trying to take it away. Siggins through the pack, gets his kick away, and eventually rushed over the line. Cleverly done at the back from Holmes.
One straight kick, Drewy.
As you always experience, it's an even goal, the difference. Holmes, a little hesitant. Now he'll clear defensive 50. Just kicking to a contest. Flying from the side on Loams. Ball on the deck. Big contested ball to be won. It's won by the Roos, but dropped by Wiley. Left it behind. Now Hanslow burrowing in. Tilly in there for the Bombers. And they wrap it up. Another stoppage is forced.
Just repeating, if the match is drawn, a 6-minute break, 2 additional 5-minute periods with a change of ends. And it's still drawn, we go to Golden Point. Here comes Lauderdale. Williams throws it on the boots. A high ball inside 50. Flirts with the boundary line, and it's over. Time on. We have just ticked past. Again, won't be a hugely long quarter. Had that stoppage for a little while. We waited for Bryce Walsh and Tane Suki to get to their feet, but wouldn't expect it to go too deep. Clever little tap from behind from Smith. Sutton. Ball on the ground. Can anyone get it out cleanly? Shout of holding the footy, but the umpire will ball it up.
The brave umpire to be calling holding the ball in those situations.
Absolutely. So we go again. Siggins down. Walsh got the handball out. Franklin is there. Can Nat Franklin work it to his advantage? Harper. That's where it ended up. We'll have the ball up. Lauderdale's attacking end of the Twin Ovals. They trail by a goal in the elimination final. Siggins, the least medalist out of the pack, goes to the line and over for a minor score, so 5 points. That might be a handy point, Andrew Cooling.
Maybe, can I get the 7-point play going? Wiley's usually a booming kick, and he clears the area here, but straight to a pair of Bombers, and Oscar Shaw chops them off. He'll send them back inside 50 again. Blackburn! Stixie Blackburn brings it down and will kick to put his side ahead in the 22nd minute of the last.
Listen to the crowd too. It's an unbelievable atmosphere here at the Twin Ovals. Everyone knows what's on the line here. Do or die elimination final, and the footy is in the hands of Michael Blackburn back at the Lauderdale Footy Club. Can he be the hero this afternoon?
He'll go back to put his side ahead by a point late on. Stixie Blackburn, he knows where the goals are. Ever the showman, can he conjure the big moment here? He approaches, sets sail, it's a horrible kick, almost marked by Siggins and blasted out of there by the Roos defence, but it's going to come right on back because Oscar Shaw has it again. He has a couple of free men, one of them is Patton on short, that's where he heads. Patton looks up. Crowded forward 50, just prods it into the pocket, and the mark is taken again. And this time it's Tyler Martin who'll go back.
Whew. Take a breath.
They are hammering on the door at the moment, the Bombers. Can they burst on through? It'll take Tyler Martin's absolute best here. He'll appear from behind the shed in a moment and kick for around about 50 out.
He's there somewhere.
We've travelled 23 minutes in the last.
There he is.
Martin hangs it out into the pocket. Is there a marking target down there? Ball in dispute once more. On the deck, can anyone gather it? Oh, very careful not to give away the high tackle, Tilly. And we'll have another ball up.
23 minutes gone, 5-point margin, 35 plays 30. Lauderdale's attacking end of the Twin Ovals. Who will be the hero here potentially for the Bombers? Siggins, wrapped up by Green. He's not going anywhere too fast. Another ball up. Well, what a finish here to this elimination final. Siggins is held up again. No one can get the clean break at this point.
He's looming large, Sammy Siggins.
Isn't he? He's full of big moments about to come here, potentially for Lauderdale. There it is, the big tap down, but only as far as Swinton. Swinton gets it out of danger for the time being. Umpire says play on here, and it's out of bounds, so out of the danger zone just for Clarence at the moment.
We've had one goal in this quarter. There won't be long to go.
There won't be. The players will know it as well. In it comes Smith on his own. Coming through was Ryan, and it's down now in the right end for Clarence. But Marlin's there. He's caught with 2 tackles on him and holding the footy. So what a great result for Clarence. They get the ball back. They know there's not long to go. They slow it up. Not quite. They go long and try and get it even further into their attacking zone. That's a great mark. What a mark under pressure from Ollie Preshaw.
It's a pair of enormous marks he's taken. Ollie Preshaw, he missed the first one. The silence and Clarence have run. The kick does not matter. The siren has gone. The Bombers are out of time. And the Roos are moving on. They've won an absolute arm wrestle.
Oh, what a game. What a finish to that contest. You just felt like Lauderdale was coming. But Clarence did enough to hang on. And Preshaw's going to go back and try and make it the perfect ending to this game. What a season from the Clarence Footy Club. As Ollie Preshaw wanders in, kicks on its way. It's offline, he's missed a lot, but it doesn't matter. They've got the job done by 5 points, the Clarence Roos. This young outfit, who everyone wrote off at the start of the season when a lot of first-choice players left the footy club. They're through to a preliminary final next weekend here at the Twin Ovals.
Got to give enormous credit to their defence there, particularly in that last 10 minutes of the game. I reckon there was about 10 stoppages inside forward 50 for the Bombers. They just kept getting ball ups. They did so well not to concede a free kick, just hold up, hold out against an onslaught, and in the end, they get the win by 5 points. It was an arm wrestle all afternoon, an absolute slog of a game. I thought the Bombers were just going to reel them in at the end, but they built that lead early on, and it proved to be enough. What a game of football.
Oh, what a game of footy. And at this stage, it looks like Clarence will take on Kingborough next week, and it won't be an easy game for the Tigers, will it, here at the Twin Ovals?
Certainly not. We've seen today that the compete level is high. There'll be a lot of sore bodies after this one. They'll have a week to recover, but yeah, the Tigers await them now. The Launceston Blues will await the winner of that one. They're through to the grand final, barring something absolutely insane in the last quarter up there. But full credit to the Roos. They held on today. It was a tough old game of football. It could have gone either way. They just did enough to hold on in the end.
Absolutely. We hope you enjoyed the coverage here. Lauderdale, for them, it's season over. They need to regroup now for season 2023. Clarence live to fight another day. Thanks for joining us on the Daily Potato Co. live stream. We'll see you next weekend for TSL preliminary final day for 2022.